Hi St Catherine's. So we are here in the sensory room talking about being positive for transition. There are going to be lots of changes coming up and you'll be moving into a new school year with a new teacher, or maybe you're going to a completely new school. So we thought, how can we stay positive and have really good changes? So I've got some questions for Mrs. Rhodes, and I know she's going to ask me as well. So Mrs. Rhodes, if I want to think positive, I need to think positively about myself. So can you tell me 3 positive things about yourself?
Well, my 3 positive things are trying to look on the sunny side of things, trying to think maybe it's not going to be so bad as I think, and I'm going to give it a go. That will be my number 1. So, number 2, I think I'm quite a good listener. I hope I'm a good listener, because obviously everyone comes to talk to me, so I need to listen to people's problems and help them try and understand how they're feeling and try and help them how they can get over some of those thoughts. And number 3, I think I'm quite a good problem solver. So when there's a problem that needs to be solved, I can sort of sit back and think, okay, that's tricky, but let's just think what we can do, what options we've got and what we can take. So, Mrs. Thompson, your 3 things for being your positive thoughts about yourself.
I think I'm quite helpful, and I certainly try to be helpful. I think I'm organised, and again that's something I really try to do a lot of the time, is to just be organised. I find that helps me feel calmer. And I try to be really empathetic, which is a big word, but it means understanding how other people are feeling, and if they're feeling sad, that I try and understand that to then help them. So maybe pause the video and have a conversation with somebody at home. What are the positive things about yourself? Okay, next question then, Mrs. Rhodes. What are 3 positive things about other people?
I like people who are kind.
Oh yeah.
I like to have somebody that's kind and caring. I also value loyalty, that people are loyal to me. And with that, hand in hand goes honesty, that people are talking their truth, I suppose. And that's the sort of people that I admire most in their character.
Do you know, Mrs. Rhodes, I had honesty down as one of mine as well.
There you go.
So definitely, and people who are friendly and people who look out for others and are really thinking about the people around them and how they can help and be kind towards others around them. So as you move into your next year group, how can you be that friendly, kind, honest person that people like about others? So, Mrs. Rhodes, have you ever been in a situation where actually it did go wrong and it was negative and maybe you were sad, but it turned out all right in the end, and that can help us feel positive, to remember those times? Have you got anything like that?
Well, there was a time when my husband, without telling me, had arranged that we were going to adopt a dog. Now, that's a really big ask to take a dog on, because just like a child, we have to nurture and look after it and take it for walks and, down the beach and throw balls for them, and it's a big commitment. It's something that you kind of really should talk to your partner and your family about, whether this dog is going to, when it's going to be coming, and we agree it all together. But no, my husband thought, no, this poor little dog needs a home, and yes, of course we'll take the dog. So this lovely lady who I knew, who was moving abroad, turned up on my doorstep with this lovely doggy and said, thank you so much for agreeing to take Parker, that's the doggy's name, and that was it. And then basically gave me all the things that she had, taught me through a little bit, and then was gone. My husband wasn't even there at the time, so I was a bit cross really, because nobody had said to me this was what was happening. However, obviously I said, well, to my husband privately when we got home, I think we'll just have her for a couple of days and see how it goes. But actually, we had Parker for a couple of days, and she turned out to be the most amazing addition to our family. She's kind, she's caring, she's loving, she's an ex-assistance dog, so all of those things are like second nature to her. And now it would break my heart if Parker were ever not to be in our family. So what really scared me at the beginning of like, oh, how can I deal with this? I work all day and what will we do? And everything, all these things were rushing through my head. And I actually thought, after a couple of days already, I was never ever going to let her go. So something I imagined to be quite scary turned out to be not so. Which might be the same case for you when you're thinking about moving to a new school or transitioning to a new year group. It might turn out to be absolutely just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. So I had a story about a friend of mine who had to go to hospital, and she was very worried about it. So the first thing she did was come and talk to us, a small group of friends, and we're very close. So the first thing she did was to share her worries. And then as a group of friends, we thought, what can we do to help her? And we sent her some flowers to say we were thinking of her. And somebody who knows Bournemouth Hospital really well was able to say, now go here, park your car here, go in through this door, and then go to this reception desk. And just knowing those few things helped it go really, really well. So when you go to your new school, even if you haven't been there, I'm sure you'll have seen photos and videos, so you'll know where to go and what to do, and then after a while it will all be fine. And actually, my friend's appointment went really well, and she's fine. So, Mrs. Rhodes, some very quick fire questions for you then to finish
on
off.
the spot now.
Anybody you're thankful for?
I'm immensely thankful for my family.
Yeah.
And my friends, because I think that friends play a huge part in helping you sometimes. Sometimes families, we might disagree or whatever, but you go to your friends and you can have that chat like your friend did with yourself, and they can give you a different perspective. So yeah, they're my two people that I am most grateful for in my life.
And places you're thankful for?
I'm very thankful for having a nice warm home. I'm very appreciative that some people don't have that. And having the beach to ourselves in the winter. I love going down to the beach in the winter and living so close to the beach that I can just take the dog down, as you know now, and just walk along, and it's just really peaceful and calm. It's my calm place, so I love to be there.
And anything that you are thankful for?
Having a loving family around me, that's really, really important. That helps me, be the best person I can possibly be, with knowing that I'm so well supported. And again, horses. I just love horses. I think lots of you probably know that because I've shared that quite a lot. But again, if I go and I'm with the horses, my daughter horse rides, so I'm there in the field with her quite a lot of the time, and I just find stroking the horse and being with animals just really makes me happy, and I forget about anything that I'm worried about.
Oh, lovely. Got any quick
There you
fire
go.
questions
Quick,
for me?
same for you. I'm going to say to you, Mrs. Thompson, what are you grateful for?
I would say the same. My family, and I've got some family who I live with in my house, but also I've got family who live about 50 miles away, but I'm also very close to them. So I'd say I'm grateful for the family nearby and the family who live that bit further away.
Fantastic. And places that you're thankful for?
I completely agree with you, Mrs. Rhodes. The beach is just so beautiful, and home. And I'm thankful for St Catherine's. I do think we have an amazing group of staff here. We have an amazing bunch of children here, and I do find St Catherine's is a place I'm thankful for.
I think we both are. We can agree with that. And things that you're thankful for?
Well, like you've got your horse, I actually play the flute, and I play that quite a lot, and so I would say I'm grateful for my flute itself and for having had the opportunity to learn how to play music. So lots of things that we can both be really positive about. And even if we get a bit nervous sometimes, we've got all these positive things to think about. So make sure you're doing the same and thinking about all the positive things in your life. And we'll see you next week.
See you
Bye,
next
St.
week.
Catherine's.
Bye, St. Catherine's.